They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Unable to corral him. He fights through. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
But Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Our game here, a Thanksgiving staple in Dallas dating back to 1966. It was Tex Schramm, the Cowboys GM, who wanted to drum up a little publicity, and he drew 80,000 to the Cotton Bowl to see the Cowboys beat the Browns that year in '66, and a tradition was born and has only grown in love and passion over the years.
Looking for Shepard deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Third and short yardage. Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack.
Micah Parsons
has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Prescott on 1st down.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down.
To the 27-yard line. The Cowboys at 6-4 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Barkley. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
46 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Again, it's Barkley. And a short gain here down to the 22. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing Jones. He gets it complete to Jackson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
1st and goal from the 3.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley.
With now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Giants post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Aaron Robinson. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Jones. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Looking left sideline, it's complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over possession here up at the 44.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
The kick by Moore is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's got a man, complete. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards. To the air again, Prescott.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
Touchdown! Tony Pollard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is now 10 to 7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go to Barkley again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jackson. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Saquon Barkley running right
to the 43, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd down, here's Barkley again.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Jones, off play action. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley.
Down at the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
68 yards rushing now on 23 carries so far.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Giants have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Prescott to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Drop for a loss there on a nice effort by Osa Odighizuwa. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 12. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his third touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Giants are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. We look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
The Giants on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Second down and 3.
Prescott. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They'll throw again. Prescott.
He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing, Prescott. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. He's going to take another shot here. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Julian Love picks it.
And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
112 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Running left, it's Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Jones. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Marr able to put this one through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect him to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Three yards to go on second down, and they've got three tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
Barkley, inside handoff. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A handoff, Barkley running left. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. A handoff to Barkley. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
To throw, Prescott. Complete, Pollard. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Prescott.
He's going to try and go deep again. And this is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now here's Pollard. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it. They're going to try and run for it. And he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good. And we may be on our way to overtime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Lewis.
And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Here's Prescott.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leonard Williams able to get him for a loss of about 3. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the first crack here in overtime goes to the New York Giants as we are back underway. Taken in at the 3. Well, in the process of that kick return, it appears we had an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive.
Jones, first throw of overtime here.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
What a gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're at on the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot. Make sure you take care of the football and probably 3rd down, kick the field goal, and try and win this game.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in the running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, I go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd, have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory. So this one